Hi, welcome to Magic Important Review, and today we're gonna review Destiny deck by David Gonzalez and Sight by Joshua J. The reason why I chose to review these two is because they're actually, let's call it, built roughly the same way. So I'll start with the Destiny deck. So what you get in the box, so this is the box. You're gonna get your cards, and inside sticker wool. So this is important because this is kind of how the gimmick works. So pretty much what you're gonna have a force card in this, and in my case is the Jack of Spades, and you have that clearly there. I'm assuming I only have one pack, so I'm assuming that each pack will have a different force card, but in my case it's the Jack of Spades. Now, before you do this trick, since my force card is the Jack of Spades, I got rid of it. I have it here. The reason why I got rid of it is because these cards are actually double cards, so you have actually two cards without trying to you have two cards in there, as you can see. So if you have your Jack of Spades, one of the tricks, it's pretty much you show the Jack of Spades and you make it disappear. But if you have a Jack of Spades in the middle of the pack, you'll constantly appear. So I just got rid of it. So I have this on the side here. Now this pack gives you, I think to buy this, I think if I'm correct, it's about 75 euros. You can get it on cardshark.de, which is a German company that also makes cards, which makes the Phoenix cards. So this is a pack of Phoenix cards, have it in red. They're actually quite good, and they're kind of they're quite thin, so they're quite nice anyway. They're made for magicians, so into it they're quite good to look at. If you're looking for really nice cards, they are quite nice. Honestly, I think I actually prefer the normal bicycle cards. The main reason why I do is because, again, I do a lot of stuff for people that are, they'll be quite cautious what they're looking at, and I think when you see kind of different designs, they might think that straight away it's like a marked deck and all that type of stuff. And in this case, if you know about the Phoenix deck, they're actually marked cards, and the mark of it, so you have that in here as well. And so in the Phoenix, I'll actually show you on the Destiny deck, because this is going to give you the orientation and about the handling of the cards. Now these cards, they're plastic, these particular ones, where these ones, is a normal cardboard paper. Yeah, paper. They're made of plastic. Now the handling of them, it's okay. It does feel a bit weird, but they feel a bit clumpy, as you can explain. But anyway, they're made of plastic, and like I said, there's two cards pretty much on each pack, and this is the card that you're always going to be constantly forcing. So as you spread, the Jack of Spades is gone, but obviously each card has a Jack of Spades. So I'm just going to put this here for the moment, because this is going to be used as an instruction. This is going to be used as your kind of table rest, let's call it. Anyway, so you have to make sure that every card is in the same direction, which is, for example, this one isn't, or these ones aren't. So let me just have a quick look. So yeah, and the way to tell is per instruction by, I think his name is Chris, Phoenix. The Phoenix deck, they all have a mark, and the mark is here, if you can see. So as you can see here, you have this kind of traces that are slightly longer on every corner, except one corner, which is here. And every Phoenix deck is marked with that. As you can see, every card has a mark. Oops. yeah. And if I pick up the other ones here, there's the mark there again. Now these cards are the other way around, but as you can see, there's the mark there. It's quite easy to tell, but it's pretty much, unless you actually know it, it's almost invisible to anybody, unless you actually know these cards. Now I don't particularly like to perform with cards with a different design, because again, you know, people are a bit dubious to it, but it's not a big deal. But that would be my main concern about it. Now this costs about the Destiny deck costs about, I think, 75 euros or something, and it comes with 6-7 tricks. Now every trick is very good, but the thing obviously is you can only perform with this deck, and it's all about forcing the card. You have to have a particular handling with this, because what's happening is there's glue at the back in 2 different points. So let's say, and it's very, very small, and one of them is here and another one is there on these H's. And the reason why you have to have a particular handling is because you don't want to put the glue onto the cloth and pick up dust or any crap like that, because then the glue will start to wear off. Now, again, there's no problem, because you actually get the stick, and you can get this stick anywhere for fairly cheap. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the gimmick. So when you spread, the reason why I put this here, David actually explained. So as you put it here, so let's say if somebody, you kind of go, you know, go ahead and pick a card. They kind of go, I want this card. You have to be careful on the handling, because they say you kind of go, oh, you want this card? All right, grand. So I can't really remember the handling. I think I'm actually doing this the other way around. You kind of go, all right, let's say this card. Yeah, very good. All right. So if you want this card, that's the Jack of Spades, right? And you can go, okay, leave the Jack of Spades there. You're gonna go, you could have picked any of these. And again, when you pick this one, you go on top of that. So you protect that glue. And you say you could have picked any of those, but you picked the Jack of Spades, right? And then you pick them up again, and you can put the Jack of Spades back again. So anyway. Gonna have to add this bit here because the phone just started ringing. Anyway, that's roughly the handling of it. Like, I haven't done this in a while, so I could be I'm slightly off. But anyway, that's roughly the you have to have a particular handle on this. The tricks are very good, but I have a couple of concerns. So when you get this pack, the main thing you have to be worried is like is if the cards are slightly off on the glue. So if it's like, you know, let's say a little bit like, you know, even a tiny bit like this, and somebody notices there's a card over there, they may pick that card and you cannot justify to take the top card, and then you're screwed. So when you get the deck, just make sure that you go to a flat surface and you just align everything, and make sure, and you can even go card by card and make sure that they're all glued properly. And so you go to, so you have this corner, so you go to every corner and just press it on this H. This is where the glue is, and you just press it, make sure as well that every card is aligned. So when you perform, there's no kind of spreads in between the cards, you know what I mean? And do this a couple of times just to make sure, just to cover yourself, because if somebody sees, like I said, if let's say you have this card and there's a slight off, then we're gonna go, I know I want this card right in there. And I had that on, like, for example, this one here. It's a perfect example. You see the way that you have, I don't know if you can see in the camera, we have this kind of slightly off. You need to make sure that all of this is bang on together. Otherwise, you know, if for the more attentive person, they may notice that there's they may kind of go, no, I want that other card, and that's it, your trick is ruined. So you need to be kind of careful about that. So I think actually this card is slightly cut off, slightly off on the cut, but anyway. So anyway, so it's you get 6 tricks with this. You know, most of the times you'll be handling the cards. Well, all the time you're going to be handling these cards. What I would suggest, let's say, if you're gonna use this trick, is to do a deck switch, and like if you have something else, you do a deck switch, and off you go to the races. For 75 years, you do get, you do get 6 very, very good tricks, and people are gonna be wondering how you've done it. So, Jesus, the phone just keeps ringing. Sorry about that. People keep wondering how you did it. Let me just put this on silence just in case people ring me again. Yeah, but they're mainly the main precautions is it's to make sure every card is aligned before you do the trick. It's a very, I think it is worth it, but like I said, if you screw up once, there's no comeback, because if you force one card, the chances of them picking a different, you can go, oh, okay, I'm going to shuffle again, and then you go, pick again, and they'll pick again. In my case, the Jack of Spades. They may be kind of going, okay, pick the Jack of Spades the first time and came out again the second time. That's a bit weird. So you just have to be kind of careful of that. But all in all, it's a very, very good trick. It's easy enough to handle, so anybody can perform this. But again, like I said, it does feel a bit. It is all kind of made of plastic, so it's just that. But it's good. It's a good trick. I'll highly recommend it if you want like true miracles. But it does require a bit of practice. It's mainly how you lay down. Like I said, I haven't used this in a while, so the laying of it and how to handle this require a little bit of practice. It doesn't require much, but it do require a bit of practice. So yeah, I would say if I was gonna rate this, I'd say from 1 to 10 in terms of reactions and all that. I'd say I'll probably give it about an 8. If you're doing your routine, if you're doing your routine and you do a deck switch, I'd say that 8 will go straight to 10, because if you start with this, I think somebody's going to kind of go, okay, there's something's up with the deck. But if you're actually doing your routine with okay, in my case I actually don't have a Phoenix Blue deck here at the moment, but let's say this is the deck that I'm doing, whatever trick I'm doing with this, and then in the middle of the gig I just kind of let's say I have this in my lap, and I just kind of go, all right, so I kind of just spread that. You just do a J1 cut if you want, or any other cut, or you just do just a normal deck switch, you know what I mean? And you're good, and you can go, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna spread that to go ahead and pick a card, blah 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 blah. And I think that you'll have a much bigger impact, because people, if you have a trick, especially if people are handling the actual deck for a while, and then you go at the very end and do like even the 6 tricks or one of the 6 tricks, you're gonna have a massive impact. That's guaranteed, because they just won't know how you've done it. Because one of the tricks is pretty much you pick a random card. So let's say, for the sake of argument's sake, just let's say this is the Jack of Spades, and you kind of go, okay, you could have picked, so you put that back, let's say the Jack of Spades back, and you can go, I just want you to point, so the Jack of Spades over there, so let's do this, and I want you to point any other place for Jack of Spades, and you go, let's say they point there, and you're able to produce the Jack of Spades and say, now it's gone from here. So that's one of the tricks that you be doing. Again, now remember there's 2 cards here, so what you're going to be doing, so actually I'm doing the wrong handling of this, so because this is actually the other way around. So like I said, you do require a bit of, so you'll be doing this way if I'm correct. Yeah, so you'll be, no, I think I have some of them, yeah, I have some of these upside down, so I have to just have to make sure that the orientation of them is correct, which is in this case, it was actually this only one, yeah, there's some of them in the wrong orientation, so all of these are actually wrong. Okay, so I think now we're okay. So yeah, like I said, you have to make sure that every single card is in the right way. So let's say again, they pick a random card, you go, okay, this one, all right, yeah, so you pick, again, so you pick the Jack of Spades. Again, you have to be careful as you take it. It's better to slide, but anyway, I think you can get the gist of it anyway. Like I said, I haven't done this in a very long time, so I can't remember the handling of it. I have to go and watch the videos again. Like I said, the videos are very well shot. They have a performance and then the explanation, very, very good. So definitely I'll give it about an 8. But from if you do a deck switch, I'd say that 8 will go to 10, especially when you have a routine where people handle the cards. But 2 things I'll take in consideration is remove your force card, the very, very first thing, because you may end up again with a Jack of Spades in the middle of the deck. So anyway, so that's neat.